Welcome for some after-work Linux thing, stuff that we usually do here for our tiny little Linux distribution. Wasted some time with a self-made problem or our data bot, but it could theoretically have occurred to me, but yeah, maybe we need to make our data, a previous video, more intelligent. Turns out, so I wondered why WebKit Gtk doesn't build anymore for all our obscure architecture support, like Itanium and 32-bit ARM and stuff, even Spark, and all the other good stuff like Microblaze and so on. And turns out after some, did this not even build? Linking, yes, no, maybe. But the issue is here with that this actual error was some function not found. Namely, at least GTK codec utils caps get mime codec. And first I was like, dude, what freaking is going on here? And so all of the stuff, again, as usual, took me 10 minutes of debugging. And it's turned out to be our own thing. So it is even guarded. So this, don't mind this edit. We will not commit this. This was just a test. But so you see here, get codec utils caps get mime codec. That is a new function, new in GStreamer plugin base 120. Somewhere here. And so the crazy thing is, where was it even? Somewhere I thought I had this. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. And so this API check is actually correct. So that is new in 120, just it wasn't there. So I debugged around a little bit and I what's going on. Turns out super dumb problem and our own. We just didn't update the GStreamer plugin stuff. Although I would say this, I mean, theoretically that is kind of the right check, just, nah, we only have like half. So data updated our GStreamer, our bot, previous video, and updated the main package, but the plugin stuff is still what would it be, 118? So yeah, sometimes a little bit out of sync. So yeah, this availability check probably should have been a tiny little bit more smart. Also on the other hand, who's even using this out of sync combination? Yeah. So let's simply update this. I only hope there is one more thing. There is like get bool for print something. So there is another thing. I hope that disappears magically as well. A little bit silly though. So that was, let's maybe grab GST. In config like IA64, basically any other though. And yeah, actually that's probably multiple. Maybe we should actually grab this in default. Yeah, there are some more of those. How do we do that? Probably source GST Python. Maybe I need. Well, so the thing is teaching. Oh, this might be the last version. So far, so good. I'm not sure. Like we can teach. I mean, yeah, you can train some neural network, quite some things. But whether it's worth it to do that, maybe we should simply somehow mark those packages that. I mean, there are not so many. Yeah? It's like, is it really worth it? Or theoretically, we could. The easiest quick workaround would be to invent some new flag, some flag or tag, some kind of mark to mark those packages to be only updated in sync, maybe. But yeah, leave me in the comments below what you think. So cut delimiter space field, I think 5, and then full pn, that fun stuff. Do nothing like what? Maybe in source update that. Let's see if that probably. Oh, wait a second. That no, it even finds something. So far, so good. Maybe we also should do, let's see, can we simply pipe that here? Or apparently, darn, this is even, let's see. I think I also want to further optimize our data bot, because optimization is always a good thing. What was the mark? I think it was like plus. What? Okay, so it has really many. Okay. The download is still very slow because this is all serial, so for all the 4,000 packages. And I think somehow we should parallelize that in shell, as crazy as it is, because obviously this very slow, failing Vodafone doxes or not, even if you have a fiber connection making this one after another, like HTTP, give me directory listing and stuff. Certainly we want to massively parallelize that of it's not even like thread or core limited, it's mostly network IO latency and stuff, and even timeouts and 404s and server disappeared. So and all the DNS stuff. So all those queries are rather slow, right? DNS, hey, what IP is the server and stuff. So yeah, probably want to share, like, subscribe. We probably should do that soon. Let's maybe hard code this here. Let's try. I think they're all like 121. Let's scripts update each of those to 121 and see what we get. So data probably didn't update this because I guess it didn't build. So let's see what happens. I will also probably just commit this. I mean, the names are crazy, right? The recurring fun of open source developers making fun out of themselves. So the plugins are named good. So that's not my stuff, right? This is upstream, good, bad and ugly and whatnot. And yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know how they qualified that. Maybe like code quality sucks, like security not available because C difficult and bounce checks and stuff. I would guess, I mean, maybe we should Google why they named this. Is it even in the package name maybe of, where would that GStreamer, do they have here, did they, yeah, YGST plugins bet that aren't up to par compared to the rest. It's like, yeah, thank you very much. Figured so much. That have a set of plugins that have good quality and correct functionality, but distributing them might pose problems. What? Like maybe, what does it mean? Steal code? Like what was it? Reverse engineered? Reverse engineered aptX or what? Do they not have? Freaking, can they not be a little bit more? No, okay, fine, whatever. I hear something. License, either plugins supporting libraries might not be how we'd like. Code might be widely known to present patent problems. Oh, thank you very much. Patents our total hate relationship. That was probably all multimedia, right? Did this all download? So some of them are apparently not updated, at least I guess most of them had 0.6. So yeah, let's see if that builds. And Titanium GST plugins. So in this minimals thing, we only ship base anyway because you had me at patents and ugly and something. Let's hope for the best. Actually, we could. Maybe the easiest thing, actually, now that I think about this, how to do that, we could, instead of overcomplicating, I'll just even build. What's up with data? Could try good. I didn't. Let's do a little bit of win-win, not only this boring. Okay, this is not marked cross. Let's see. I have no idea if someone ever tried that, but let's see what happens. Maybe if a tiny little win-win of some more cross compilation. I guess we could also already compile the whole WebKit Gtk to make good use of our spare CPU cycles. Oh, that even freaking built. So much to that. You know what? Let's do the others. How many others were there? And that's what I call win-win of, sure, data should have done this, but at least we have some more cross-compilation testing. So that's cross, maybe we've just done this or whatever. Maybe we should have actually copied that, previous of copy that. So that is bad. Let's see if the bad stuff cross compiles. Okay, that has cross, that also has cross, that also has, ugly has cross. Actually, surprisingly, what a coincidence that just the nearly one thing didn't have cross there. So which did we modify? So what's going on with our WebKit build? Okay, the WebKit stuff is building. And okay, let's maybe, yeah. How do we find out which way? Starting with plus maybe, and no copy. Yeah. So yes, so good. So which did we cross compile? Okay, good we had, and apparently bad. Let's see what happens with the bad one. Yeah, so WebKit Gtk, and that's the crazy thing, right? I would kind of prefer to ship Firefox if it wouldn't have this endiness and other problems. We ship WebKit Gtk, and the crazy thing is WebKit Gtk, of course, a whole WebKit, and it compiles forever, right? It compiles, I think it compiles nearly kind of sort of as long as Firefox, which is crazy. And I only built this for the exotic previous videos, right? Exotic architecture stuff of where we don't have Firefox. So another phone call, nothing like that. So WebKit Gtk, what's going on with that stuff? Okay, this didn't build. What's going on? So sometimes it's just some dependencies or whatnot. So that was bad, I think. Or Itanium. Oh, here's also a log. Okay, that is interesting. So we could try. That doesn't look too serious. We could try that for like risk 5. Should we? I think we should have all the other stuff. Was it bad? Was it even bad? Was it bad or ugly? No, it was. What did we do there? Interesting that. Okay, it probably wants some other GST plugin thing. What is it, that one? Oh, wait a second, that was wrong. We want GST. Hello? Ah, that's wrong. Too many bits. 64, of course. Logs, GST error. Hello? To GST error. So what does it want? Yeah, okay, it wants some base things. So which one would it be? That would be, what did we build? I think good. The others probably, although base, probably base. Base also, we had the old version. So what's going on? Okay, WebKit Gtk still fails because it's our life. Epic thread ripping, faster to build errors, var build IA WebKit. Maybe that is still the other, yeah, boot for printing. So that didn't, that is crazy, right? Why does all this stuff always? And that should not be, let's see. Yeah, that is the only one. That's so crazy. If we are, should we, okay, let's do that one. Okay. So we should, was it that one? Bool. So it's that one I just like GC debugs, like, yeah, let's just comment this out. Let's see if the rest now builds. Okay, base, let's try the bit thing again. And then it's like, yeah, each day, some open source packaging and coding a day keeps some doctors away or so, or I don't know, drives you to insanity. Yeah, maybe that's why we can't have desktop Linux, because the APIs and stuff constantly breaks. Not sure what's up with this bool for printing thing. If that triggers you, if you have a better patch is always welcome, right? This is bad stuff. If we are super lucky, I think I probably, even if it doesn't build for RISC-V, I will probably still commit it, because it's cross-compiling mostly. It's not erroring out quickly. Your mileage may vary. At least the other stuff cross-builds. But maybe we'll be surprised and it just cross-builds. Yeah, I still don't. Actually, regarding the Epic Threadripper, still. Oh, okay, this still fails. Thank you very much. RISC-V. Interesting. So I thought this is a, how could. So it looks like libm. So it is in. You know what? I wonder, is it LTO or libm? I mean, it looks like libm, and maybe we can. I always wonder how this stuff can happen. We had this so often over the years. It's. Maybe we should actually check whether it still is using this autoconf stuff or something else. So not sure what we should add here. Maybe we start with. I mean, we could always inject. GCC webpend. If we do compile, then nothing, otherwise libm, and I think something like that is how we usually did that. Let's try again. Now that's still building. So that would be hotfix. I don't know what hotfix bool for printing. Man, it's a crazy. Hotfix bool for printing bool. Something of that sort. Let's build that again and see what happens. Hey, that even freaking works. So I think, I mean, we could. I mean, linking it with libm. I mean, this is the crazy stuff, right? This should just work, right? Why is this? It mostly worked magically by pure chance and accident, because so many complex instructions are available on x86, and you don't need to link to libm, I think. For many of those, I think this is how often, for decades, libm was missing, -lm. But some of this should also be more automatically, right? This is stupidities of C and GNU. Yeah. But we could guard it to if cross-compile not, but I mean, the problem is if it probably it also happens with native build, so I think I just leave it like that. And it's like that. So, multimedia, let's see what we got there. So some fine updates. Let's see, cross, I think we marked 2 more. We marked 3, which one would be the other? VA API, but yeah, whatever. Should we? We could shorten that if we wanted to, not that it would be the most important, and just because it's getting a little bit long though. Maybe that was worthless. Although, yeah, I know what. Let's do it like that, because otherwise, yeah. Marked free to cross compile to test it and fixed it doesn't. That's fine enough, I guess. If again, better commit message always welcome. So what do we have? The stuff still builds. I mean, at least it builds. I have to rush now. Family's waiting, so at least something every day. Also updated Linux kernel to 5.17.1. And so also disabled some, and welcome everyone, disabled some GCC languages, like surprisingly Go and Objective-C doesn't build. I mean, surprisingly Fortran builds for all architectures that I test, but Objective-C and Go didn't build for all of them, like Arc and Microblaze and stuff, or HPPA, crazy stuff. So yeah, we simply disabled those. I think I cancel this there and build it here in a fresh new target. So that is IA64 of WebKit. Actually, you know what? We can simply use that for testing. Then I will really release next T2 release now, just with, well, a little bit more testing, famous last words, but we delayed this now for like 3 months because there's always something, and I said it before in retrospect, I should have released T2 in December. It was amazing enough. It's of course mostly more amazing now, but of course we are 3 months sort of delayed. Why is here no Ruby diff? No Ruby? Is it still a thing? It's not even freaking used. Why is that in there? No, it's not used. Yeah, good that we found that. And hotfix that. So yeah, there should be, I mean, sure, a tiny little bit of stuff fails, like AVR32 without like vintage toolchain of GCC 4.2 or something. Some tiny stuff fails. Of course, it's not really release critical, like libusb of all things, which also then fails udev. Maybe I spend another minute at midnight to patch AVR32 just to have udev, and but maybe not. But anyway, we will release that any day now. Hope you learned something, especially to keep you updates and things. Anyway, if you find something out there that you do, as always, happy to hear a shout out, Discord, mail, comment below, or patch. And as always, hope you learned something. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And I hope to see you soon for more fun stuff to come.